the thought process, in my opinion, to take on this is you got a couple things to balance. One is the deal itself and what makes the most sense for the deal. And then two is being consistent with your investors so that they know what to expect from your deals. So we choose to only do deals where it makes sense to do a 70-30 split and an 8% preferred return. I have seen others who do deals that are 80-10, so 80% to limited partners, or excuse me, 80-20 to limited partners, 20% to general partners, and even 85-15 limited to general, and even 90-10 limited to general. And on the surface, that is more favorable to the limited partners. But I would argue there are two considerations to keep in mind when the deal is heavily weighted towards the limited partners in terms of ownership. One consideration is if the projected returns if that structure, the 90-10 or the 85-15 or even the 80-20, needs to be in place in order for the projected returns for the limited partners to look desirable, then that's a thinner deal. I'm not saying that's always the case for that type of structure. It could be very well just a very favorable structure to the limited partner. But if in order to achieve a desired return to the limited partners, the general partner needs to structure it so that the limited partners get more ownership, then that leads me to believe that there's less wiggle room in those assumptions. Therefore, even though the limited partners get more of the share of the profits, in total, it's a thinner deal. Therefore, the profit margins aren't as projected to be as great as if it was a 70-30 deal or even a 50-50 deal. So that's one consideration. The second consideration is when it's a 80-20 deal or a 85-15 or a 90-10. Well, when something challenging takes place in that deal, if I'm a limited partner, which I am a limited partner on deals as well, including my own, I invest at least $100,000 in every one of our deals now. If I'm a limited partner on the deal, well, I want the general partners to have significant ownership in the deal so that they care about the results. And so I want them to have not only their money in the deal, which they definitely should regardless of the structure, but I want them to have significant upside for performing and hitting the projections and even exceeding the projections that were outlined whenever I decided to invest in the deal.
Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button below and you will get access to the rest of Joe's videos on real estate investing and apartment syndication.